Hey there, everybody. John Gums from Dakota Grappler going live at the State Wrestling Tournament. Day 2 starting today. Guys are starting to warm up around here. You name it. Let's take a quick peek. I'm going to switch a camera here for just a second. But looking out there, gosh, it's been a great time so far. You know, we have a lot of great wrestling that's taken place. Let's see. Maybe we can't switch cameras, but let's just talk about wrestling. We had a great day, day 1. I'll give you the team scores here in a second. Team scores, phenomenal. It looks like a 2-person race. Let's go to let's share a screen here so we can look at team scores. If I do that, pretty quick and easy. Now, if we look at the team scores, you can see that it's a 2-team race right now on the top, Lisbon and South Border. Lisbon leading this thing at 89.5 points going into actually first round of wrestlebacks today, where not many points are made, but where the big points are later today when we get to those semifinal matches. In second place, you have your South Border Mustangs down there. It's Ashley Wishick in Zeeland and all those good small towns down there. You know, they're sitting at 84 points, 5.5 points behind. Boy, they're in a hunt to try to catch up with this thing. And then you see down in third place, you have a good effort taking place by Carrington, who actually lost a couple wrestlers yesterday, so they should have been a lot closer, but they did have Berkness find an upset there and so forth. Then sitting in fourth, fifth, you got Velva and New Salem Elmont, and then it's sitting in sixth, for some people might be a surprise, Ellendale Edgeley Column. Sitting at 36, you got Heidegger Scranton, Oaks, Kindred, and Napoleon rounding off that top 10. I tell you what, some great matches coming up from the quarterfinals to the semis today. And we are sitting with, now, if we go to, I can go to each of the individual brackets, but I'm going to make this a little bit short because I also have to do a day 1 summary of Class A wrestling. In that 106, we have a number 1 versus a number 5. We got Melmer, the 4 seed, out of Beulah Hazen, had lost in the 5 seed. Other than that, seeds are pretty true there at 106. At 113, you have your 1 versus 4 sitting in the semis and your 3 versus 2, which I can go through the names probably in another summary before the semifinals tonight. We'll talk about those names. I'll go through then 120. You also have the top 4 seeds. At 126, you got 1, 2, 3, and 5. You have the 5 seed beating number 4. You got Mogan out of Velva taking out Nilsson of Lisbon in the quarters there. So that was a pretty good match. That was 8-0 match. Actually, Mogan took it to him. Very good match there. Watch that one. Okay, then from there, 132. You got the 1 versus the 4, and then you have a 3 versus 7. So the 3, so you won his match against the 6, but the 7 in that situation is you have Odin out of Rugby. Took out Lura in quite the match there. Caught him and pinned him in 3 minutes and 34 seconds. So there's a big surprise for Rugby coming in there. And then at 138, you got your 1 versus 4 on the top side. And then you got a 6 versus 7. So you're going to find somebody tonight making the finals that's either a 6 or 7 seed. The 6, that's Shockley out of South Border, beat Hammond out of New Salem Almont. And that was 15-7. So Shockley took it to him pretty good. Then the 7 seed, Andrus, got in, beating an unseeded wrestler, Garcia, who had taken out the 2 earlier in the day, catching him and pinning him. So Andrus has got a shot to make it in there also. So you got a 6 and a 7, 138, one to watch tonight in the semis. At 145, we have a number 1 versus an unseeded, which doesn't happen very often, but that should be awesome. That's Jacob out of Linton. Found his way, beating number 5 seed, Hoffman. And then the 3 versus 2 on the bottom side. At 152, we got the 1, 2, 4, 6. So the 1 is going against the 4, common on that side of the bracket. On the other side, you have the 6 versus the 2. So you got Wendell, who took out Wolding. Brent Wendell. He had a great match, win 15-3 over Wolding of New Salem, who was an unseeded wrestler, who actually took out a seeded wrestler earlier in the tournament. So it's crazy how that works. And then at 160, you got the 1 versus the 5. That was Volk from Rugby finding another guy in the semifinals. He beat Merck of Harvey Wells County 9-5. And then you got the 2 versus the 3. At 170, you got the 1 through 4 making the bracket. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 versus 4, 3 versus 2. 182, it stayed true to the seeds 1 through 4, made it also in the semifinals. At 195, you've got the 1 versus the 5. Stuber out of Bowman. He beat Retzlaff out of Carrington. One of their losses that I see Retzlaff coming a long ways back. That was just a 5 beating a 4. Then at 220, you have a 1 versus 4, and then you have a 6 versus the 2. Another 6 made it through. 6, that would be Berkness of Carrington, who just came out late but is looking really good and found Carrington to get a few points there. He took out Ellingson, who was actually pretty tough competition. I think Ellingson had taken out Grunfeld, who was the 1 seed from Napoleon on the top side. Again, I see Jerry hugging people in the background, seeing that. And then at 285, we have the 1 through 4 true seeds made it into the semis. So if you look at this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the brackets have the 1 through 4 seeds. So they're doing a good job with the seeding, and the rest, guess what? You just got to wrestle them out. Looking forward to some of these 6 versus 2, 6 and 7 match, 138. It's kind of special to see some of those guys that are lower seeds making the finals or the semifinals have a chance. See them come out to roar in tonight. They'll bring the lights down. That semifinals round will be goosebumps all the way through this as the lights drop down. Because that's Friday night's one of the biggest nights. If you haven't been to a state wrestling tournament, you know, they have the semifinals to find out who gets to rest all day tomorrow and see their competition, you know, in the limelight, all by themselves. And then you have tonight, after that, you got the dual finals of both the Class A and Class B. Well, we have those semis coming up later today. Should be awesome. So guess what? I'll go through the A's here, the summary of the A here in just a little bit. You guys, Dakota Grappler Live at the State Wrestling Tournament in Fargo. You guys have a great day. Catch some more stuff. If you missed some of these from the broadcasting yesterday, go over to YouTube. You guys can get that like down there on YouTube. I know on Facebook you guys can make some comments. I get to see those. I know a lot of people watch this on YouTube, but it is archived as well. I mean, on Facebook, it is archived as well. Make sure YouTube, if you missed these, go over there, check out some of the videos from yesterday. I did interview Coach Kish from NDSU. I also had a nice visit with West Fargo's head wrestling coach, and we plan on doing more of those. So you guys have a great day. I'm hoping to catch some of the Hall of Fame people. Okay, again, as I want to cut out, let's go to the Class A here in just a few minutes. You guys have a good day.